Imagine this, right? You cross the Mason-Dixie line. You're free. You have made it. You can be like, I'm good. Harriet was like, no, I'm going back. I'm going to go back and get somebody. Now you do it once. No, more people need to come. No, more people need to come. No, more people need to come. Harriet Tubman has done that. Now Harriet Tubman is working as a spy for the military. Harriet Tubman comes up with a plan. She's the only woman in the history of America to lead a U.S. military mission. Now the Emancipation Proclamation signed. You could be done. She's not done. So now she's working as a suffragette. When the work could have been done, she just never stopped because the goalpost for freedom just keeps moving. So you just have to keep going with it. You have to just keep going with it nonstop, nonstop, nonstop.
Are y'all ready? You sound ready. I didn't even have to tell y'all to do it twice. Give it up for everybody on this panel. Kevin Antunes, Ocean Kelly, and Bob the Drag Queen. And next you'll be hearing the music.
All right, this first song that we're going to be doing is that Harriet Tubman is writing an album. She's writing a hip-hop album. She calls on semi-retired hip-hop producer Darnell to help her write her album. And this first song is the titular song from her album, and it's called Queen of the Underground. Let's go.
Swamp to the dirt to the woods music. Never would have made it if I never had vision with the Holy Spirit that I could music. I can't read shit, I don't write shit. I got no motherfucking education, but I work hard and I wrote this with a little bit of divination. Time to liberate a generation. Y'all niggas don't see the correlation. I ain't even got the pot to piss and I still overcame my situation. Say what? Come on. God's gonna what? In America, I'm American, but I'm also black. But them crackers ain't give me shit. Spent my life trying to reckon that from slave nigga to free nigga, so escaping from the hunting ground. First name Harriet, nickname Moses. Bitch, I'm the queen of the underground railroad. It ain't a chance in hell that nigga can fail road. Freeing all these niggas from all this shit. Freedom by the so head to the water, wait in the water, cause I guarantee that it's going down. And that's word to Harriet T, the queen of the underground. In the water. Say what? God's gonna what? God's gonna trouble the water. He is the home of the brave, land of the free. What the fuck does that mean to me? I got two rights, it's the A or B. It's either death or it's liberty. Slavery, other words, mass incarceration, abolition, complete annihilation. Wait, would you really push babies? Allegations. But I will knock a baby out. I can put a little yak in the baby mouth. If it means that the baby get a little more free minutes right, then who will get us out? I was back and forth and I ain't get caught. Breaking chains, so I told that clock, don't turn around, don't drag your feet. It's hot as hell, I pack that heat. Let's go back, they don't agree to start today. Everyone in this room is officially on the Underground Railroad with me. No one is more hopeless and enslaved than the one who possibly be free. Let's go! 1, 2, 3, now say, wade in the water, wade in the water, ha, ha, wade in the water, wade in the water, ha, I said wade in the water, wade in the water, ha, ha, wade in the water, wade in the water, no hands together. In the water. Say what? Wade in the water. Come on. Wade in the water. God's gonna what? God's gonna trouble the water. GRAMMY Museum, how y'all feeling tonight? Yes, Lord. Listen, baby. Yes, Lord. We making our way to freedom tonight, baby. I see you out here.
So listen, this next song, I need to read a passage from the book so that you can really get where this song's coming from. This is the best song I've ever written in my life. I'm so grateful to Kevin and Ocean Kelly for helping me write this. But this story this song deserves some backstory. And I want to read you all a chunk of my book if you don't mind. So Harriet's youngest brother, his name is Moses, and he is depicted in the book. And this is a story about Harriet realizing that she had other options besides being an enslaved person based on an experience that happened with her younger brother. Right when Moses was born, some man from Georgia came around talking about how he wanted to buy my brother. But you don't want to go down the river. Going deeper into the South is like going deeper into the pits of hell. Each county you pass is basically another level into Dante's Inferno. Since we're all sitting around here in the studio, I get an idea. Miss Tubman, Minty, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, you ain't interrupting. Speak your mind, baby. Listen, while you talk, can we get some accompaniment? She looks at me confused, but before I can explain, Buck picks up his guitar and starts playing this beautiful lick. He looks to Harriet, gives her a nod, and she picks up where she left off. The man from Georgia had his eye on Moses, and we had our eyes on him. We all took turns hiding Moses around the plantation in the woods with our families. Whenever a master or any suspicious-looking white man came around, we made sure Moses was not in sight. Well, one day, they must have caught us off guard because the man from Georgia was just standing in our doorway, blocking out most of the light. He was a big old man. As Buck plays and Harriet tells her tale, the other freemen gradually join in. First, Odessa hums a delicate melody just under Harriet's words. My mama had run out of options. Either she was going to let this man take her child, or she was going to do something about it. As he moved closer to Moses, my mama picked up a big stick we kept in the home for protection and raised it over her head. The music stops, all the runaways make a grimace. Why'd y'all stop? This was getting so good. They all just look at me blankly. I don't think you understand, Harriet says. You can't stand up to no white man with words, let alone a weapon. I thought my mama was about to die right then and there, but then I saw something I ain't never seen before. He stopped dead in his tracks. I imagine it was like when Celie put a curse on Mr. in the Color Purple. She said, "You are after my son, but the first man that comes into my house, I will split his head wide open." It seems like Buck had not heard this story before because he is sitting on the edge of his seat with his mouth agape. "What'd he do?" he asks. She turns to him with her eyes as wide as they can go, and she says, "He left." You hear me? He turned around and he left. God must have been looking over us that day, because Lord knows I've seen people get lynched for less than that. I had never seen a white man afraid of a woman, let alone a black woman. In that moment, I realized I was powerful too. On that day, my mama decided she was going to do whatever it took to make sure her baby had the best life she could provide. That was the day I decided I wasn't about to be no slave for the rest of my life. I didn't have a plan or nothing, but I knew that freedom was the only option for me. I think I'm starting to see it now. Now I understand why this seems like such a big moment, to realize there's more than just one existence, more to life than just one existence. There's more to life than being someone else's property, to realize that you are your own person, capable of your own actions, able to create your own dreams, and with them, your own world. These are the little things we never consider if you were not born enslaved, things you don't even bother to think about when you're born free. I'm now on the edge of my seat too, so what'd y'all do after he left? I asked. My mama turned and said, "Now you see." And I don't think I'll ever forget that. She pauses for a minute to really let the words sink in again after all these years. Well, what did she mean by that? I ain't too sure if I'm being honest. We never talked about it again. Some things you just don't go on and on about when you're trying to stay alive. Maybe she meant, "Now you see we got power too." Or maybe she meant, "Now you see not to fuck with me." Hell, I know. I just took it as, now you see we're people too. So, thank you. This song is written about that experience. Take it away. And we're going to find out how to get free today. I just want to know who's coming with me. Listen. Yeah. She was standing in the
throw away her sweat like rain. The epiphany of her daughter helped her mask her pain. She was a woman in her wits end, she had finally awoken. Mama might have been big, but she could never be broken. She had a dance with the devil, and mama got the upper hand. And finally, it's something I could truly understand. See the plans to intimidate him, and I don't think they even understand what transpired. They were demons from the white man's empire, but mama had a fist wrapped up in that barbed wire. Eliminated all the ghouls and the vampires, cause she was just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had a revelation that no intimidation could overpower or devour any divination. See, I ain't headed to the popular tree. Yeah, I once was blind, but now I see. This ain't the life I'm supposed to be living. Despite the hand I was given, this ain't the grave that I'm digging. And I can reach beyond what I can see, and I deserve to be free, and I believe it's up to me. And even if you were born a slave, it wasn't written in the stars to have an early grave. I gotta leave it all behind if I wanna be me. I had a vision of just who I could be, and now I see. This ain't the life I'm supposed to be living. Despite the hand I was given, this ain't the grave that I'm digging. That I can reach beyond what I can see, and I deserve to be free, and I believe it's up to me. And even if you were born a slave, it wasn't written in the stars to have an early grave. I gotta leave it all behind if I wanna be me. I got a vision of just who I could be, and now I see. You see, I really had to change the way I think. I had to change the way I am. Look at my life and re-exam. I'm not your property, I'm not a piece of land. Ask the God to have his way with me so I can understand. So change me, God. Please tell me, can you fix me? Show me what I gotta do to get up out the Dixie. Please, God, hurry up and get me out here quickly. I don't wanna wait until 45 or 50. They strip us of our dignity and put us up for auction. Branded livestock, but there's a better option. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Ain't no way this plantation is my burial ground. You see, I once was lost, but now I'm found. I gotta put a plan in motion, I ain't fucking around. Because I once was bound, but now I'm free. Lifted the veil of my oppression, and now I see the life I'm supposed to be living. When I hand I was given, it's like a great job. That I can reach beyond what I can see, and I deserve to be free, and I believe it's up to me. And even if you were born a slave, it wasn't written in the stars to have an early grave. I gotta leave it all behind if I wanna be me. I had a vision of just who I could be. If I should walk the road ahead, I'm free before I'm gone and dead. The words I cried, the tears I shed are worth it because now I can see. If I should walk the road ahead, I'm free before I'm gone and dead. The words I cried, the tears I shed are worth it because now I can see. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, sing, sir. Despite the hand I was given, this ain't the grave that I'm digging. And I can reach beyond what I can see, and I deserve to be free, and I believe it's up to me. And even if you were born a slave, it wasn't written in the stars to have an early grave. I got to leave it all behind if I want to be me. I had a vision of just who I could be, and now I see. If I should walk the road, I'll be free before I'm gone. These words I cry, tears I shed. Oh, lead to freedom. Thank you, GRAMMY Museum. Thank you so much. Can y'all give it up for these amazing musicians, each and every one of them? Tiffany, Stevvi, Sara, Taylor, Musique, Jason, Ocean Kelly, Kevin Antunes. A big thank you again to and me. Make some noise for Bob! And a big thanks to you too, Amber Riley. I love you all so much. Thank you so much.